Hi guys, in this video, I want to talk about one of the biggest healing gut lies that you've been told about your body. And it's something that I had to find out on my own through experimentation, through going through my own health journey. And as someone who used to be a plant-based eater for 8 years, I can say this thing that I thought was helping my body did the opposite. And if you're someone who is like me, who's very loyal, very committed to something that they think is very good for them, based on what doctors say, based on what people say to you and the testimonials, because the thing is, guys, the testimonials are very true in my opinion. I think that we're all so different. We all have different gut environments in our gut. We respond to things differently, to different kinds of foods, more or less of a certain food group, depending on what we've done in the past to our body and how we were raised and how we were even born, which one day I'll speak about in another video. But nonetheless, guys, like one of the biggest healing lies that I've been told is fermented food. Fermented food is what will cause your gut to heal. And let me tell you, I was eating a lot of fermented food when I was a plant-based eater. And I believe because I've had taken antibiotics before then. So before I was an 8-year vegan, I took antibiotics, Accutane, and just took a lot of Advil. And I really put my body through so much suffering when I was young, in my teens, till I was in my early 20s. And I can say that because of that, my gut started to deteriorate, like the gut lining started to break down. And I didn't realize for years that was what was happening to my body because of what I did to my body and what I was eating, right? Like, I mean, I was eating hot Cheetos, Dr. Pepper before I was a vegan, like almost every day. Pizza Hut, like my body just did not get fat. So I was like, why should I stop eating junk food if I'm not getting fat? But anyway, I did get acne though and high cholesterol at a very young age. So anyway, fermented food, when I was a plant-based eater, I did that for resolving the acne and the high cholesterol and being healthy, as the mainstream media would like to tell you. And I committed myself to it because the doctor said it was great, Dr. McDougall, and listening and reading about books about the plant-based diet, the high carb, low fat diet, and seeing the testimonials. And I do believe that there's some good things about the plant-based diet. It's just, I don't believe it's for everyone. And I think it's a good diet for people who want to reverse certain diseases like diabetes. Believe it or not, it can reverse diabetes. I do believe that, based on testimonials and what doctors have studied, using the plant-based diet to reverse diabetes. I do believe it can help to do that. But nonetheless, most people who have gut issues like me don't need the plant-based diet. And I didn't know that. And I didn't know like fermented food, that is one of the staples in a plant-based diet, would be detrimental to your gut. I thought it was something that was a healthy food for your gut. And it is if you have a healthy gut, in my opinion, and who sometimes have some gut issues here and there. Like, yes, fermented food can be very, very good for you. But if you have severe gut issues like I did, to the point where I was getting sick, like having a cold every 2 months, okay, and having to deal with like a sneeze, a dry cough, having mucus built up in my nose after eating fermented food, I don't think that's a good sign. Because what people don't realize is that histamine is built up in fermented food. It's built up, and histamine is this like compound created by germs, by bacteria, and it's normal and your body can handle it if you have a good gut. Like, let's just say milk or cream cheese or sauerkraut or meat that you just even left on the table for 10 minutes. It starts to build bacteria in the meat and it breaks it down and creates histamine. It's a compound that's created by bacteria based on a food that's been sit out for too long. And fermented foods are good for your gut, but just in a specific phase in your life where your gut is healed, or if your gut has issues here and there, like light issues, then yeah, it can be helpful. But when you have severe gut issues, it cannot be helpful, in my opinion, because it didn't help me. It did not. It made me feel worse. It created this built up of histamine in my body, And it also didn't create enough of that DAO enzyme to break it down. So I was having this tiredness that I was like, where's this coming from? I slept well last night. So that took me a while to get that, you guys, that fermented food are overrated for gut issues, and actually even detrimental. At least it did not help me. It created too much histamine in my body, okay? And my body could not handle it, so I stopped it. This is what I would recommend for someone who is struggling to heal their gut. If you're plant-based, go to a carnivore diet, switch to the carnivore diet, and 2, don't eat fermented foods. Now, if you're someone who is struggling with gut issues, bloated stomach, feeling tired all the time, can't sleep well, have a brain fog all the time, can't think and concentrate in conversations, and you just don't feel well overall, I did create a free video guide just for you about the 7 mistakes that you are committing that is not healing your gut, okay? I curated that just for you down below in the description box, okay? I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.